we connect to our past selves, specifically our inner children. And so this is in reference to a video I made about when you start healing your inner children through your Akashic records. What you can do is learn how to heal past versions of yourself from different incarnations. You can also ask to be mentored by a different higher self in a different timeline that has gifts, talents, and skills that maybe you don't have in this one, but you can directly channel them from them. And a great way to do this is to help heal your inner children and past versions, because you're teaching yourself how to be a higher self to them, which helps you hear your higher self more clearly, and then you can start getting into the other incarnations or timelines. What I would do is pick something very specifically to help your inner children with. So something that you're currently experiencing in the here and now. Maybe it's imposter syndrome, confidence, unworthiness, abandonment, trust wounds, shame, guilt. Ask yourself, how far back can I remember experiencing this? It might be you in your 20s or your teens or your childhood. Sometimes we have these core woundings that have layers to them. When we are talking about our inner child or past versions, they are their own consciousness form. They have their own thoughts, experiences, and memories. And so that's what you're doing, coming in as the higher self and helping them in that time and space heal with that wounding. However, your 5-year-old can have the same wound as your 12, your 15-year-old, your 18-year-old. They have to be helped in their capacities with how old they are and what experience and memories they've had. So picking something and seeing how far back you can go in remembering, going into meditation and speaking to that version of yourself in that time and space. Or you can do journaling. If maybe visualization or you're not there yet on your journey, you can write them a letter. You can ask them what self-limiting beliefs are coming from that time and space, and then counterbalance them with evidence-based reasons as to why that's not true in your reality anymore, or explain to them how you as the adult are working through those things actively. So doing fun things with your inner children and creating safety and security, because in order to dig through traumatic things with them or help them heal, you have to have a trust bond with them. You have to have open lines of communication. And there's a lot of empaths and light workers that weren't able to have a lot of fun when they were a child. They're a very hypersensitive person, and you always had to be on your P's and Q's, or maybe your parents or guardians didn't allow you to have a lot of fun or didn't have the funds for fun. So fun can also be a form of shadow work. Creating safe space for your inner children can also be a form of shadow work. What I most often see in one-on-one sessions with clients, when we're going in to talk to the consciousness of their inner child directly, they are afraid because they think that they're still living the trauma over and over and over again. But in fact, what is happening is they're looking at a memory. They're actually in the movie instead of observing the movie. So they think, oh, it's happening again. Mom and dad are yelling at me, or this thing that caused perfectionism or imposter syndrome or shame or guilt or regret, where you come in as a higher self and remove them from the memory so you can observe it together and say, hey, I'm here now. I'm here to help you. I love you unconditionally. I'm not holding any shame or guilt or fear or negative thoughts about you. These are things that happened in our life, but they are not currently happening now, and let's work on and heal them together. But first of all, I want you to feel safe and that you're not trapped in that energetic timestamp anymore. And let's go have some fun together to boost up our imagination and creativity and laughter and joy and magic and whimsy. And then we can start defragmenting that trauma and unraveling that from around you. When we are doing trauma healing with our inner children, what I most often see when we're going in to talk to the consciousness is inner children do not want to heal because they are worried that they are going to get left behind. They're like, oh, if you pull all this stuff away from me, then my identity goes away. And I always make sure and make it a point to tell them, everybody's coming on the journey. Everybody's coming to the new timeline of abundance and prosperity and good vibes. What we're doing is we're taking off past narratives and fear paradigms and trauma things that happen to you. But I'm coming in here to get you, to bring you into the new life. Once you learn how to do this with your inner children or past versions, then you start opening up to more of your Akasha field, your Akasha records, and you can start doing that for other timelines, or other timelines can start doing that for you in this one. If you have any questions or thoughts on this, I would love to hear them in the comments. I'll make a video response. Or if you want to learn how to directly speak to your inner children, you can book a one-on-one session and I'll teach you the technique and the framework that I've put together to be able to do that with my clients.